Hey everybody, this is Ardwulf. Welcome back. We are on episode 2 of our playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3, Their Finest Hour as Germany. And we're about to start the clock here, but there's a couple other things that we want to pay attention to before we do that. First of all, let's look at our politics. Now, we're in National Socialism. We have no elections because we are totalitarian. We can't replace anybody with a gray box. So we can't get rid of Hitler, we can't get rid of Rudolf Hess, we can't get rid of Canaris, or actually we can get rid of everybody else. So let's take a look at these guys. And everybody will have some kind of special trait or something like this. So Constantine von Neurath has a susceptibility to Axis. None of the rest of these are any better. We could make Goebbels the foreign minister, but he's a dick, and we don't want to. So von Neurath is perfectly okay at this particular time. I think at some point I could make von Ribbentrop foreign minister. He is substantially less competent than von Neurath was historically. Let's look at the armaments minister. Werner von Blomberg is in there currently. This is the guy we want. Hjalmar Schacht, even though he's not a Nazi, he is an administrative genius, and he gives us plus 10% IC, industrial capacity, which we want. Wilhelm Frick. He gives us plus 15% ruling party support, but Goebbels gives us plus 5 leadership modifier. And I will take the leadership modifier. I'm happy with that. Goebbels is a dick, but he's good at this. So that's fine. Head of intelligence, let's see, land intel, espionage bonus. I like the espionage bonus. I'm not entirely sure what this number applies to, but if it's a general, on the off chance that it's a general espionage bonus, then I'm perfectly happy with it. Chief of Staff Ludwig Beck. Combat movement speed 10%, supply throughput 10%. We will take Fritz Bayerlein for supply throughput. Supplies turn out to be very, you know what? Hold on a second. Combat movement speed. Combat movement speed's nice too, but I'm fine with this for now. Chief of the Army, Werner von Fritsch. Supply consumption minus 10%. That's what we want, and that's Werner von Blomberg. Chief of the Navy, capital ship practical decay. Destroyer practical decay. We'll keep Raider in here. I don't see any reason to change that. None of those traits is particularly useful to us. Here's Goering. Medium bomber practical decay. Light aircraft practical decay. I guess I'll keep this in because, frankly, I'm likely to build fewer medium bombers than I am light aircraft. So I'm fine with that. Now down here we have our laws, which we can still only change the one, correct? Yep, that's correct. Alright. So we've put in a bunch of stuff here. Now we have some diplomatic points and some espionage points. Let's burn these while we can. Now, right now, our diplomacy screen shows me that we have a 0 relations with the UK, 0 with the Soviet Union, 0 with the USA, 0 with Japan, 0 with France, and 200 with Italy. So we get along fairly well, which is not actually historically accurate at this particular time. What we would like to do is keep because as soon as we reoccupy the Rhineland, we're going to take a hit on this stuff. So we want to offer trade agreements to these people. We look at our resources. We need rare materials and oil, and we need supplies. But I can adjust this in our production screen. So what we really want to do is offer a trade agreement to the Soviet Union to sell them supplies. So they will buy 18 supplies for 3.39 money per day. So we'll send that off. Now the USA we want a trade agreement with as well, but we can't right now because we already have our diplomat en route, and we can't do anything else until the 8th of January, which is fine. The UK has good numbers on every resource. So let's see if we can buy some rare materials from them. France needs energy. We have energy out the yin-yang, so let's see if we can get the French to actually bite here. Looks like maybe no. Oh, you know what? They don't need energy, that's why. They do need supplies. Let's see if we can sell them some supplies. No? No. Alright, so let's look at Japan. Japan needs supplies and metal, which we have a pretty good supply of. Let's see if we can sell them some metal. We are 45.95 per day, so we'll send that guy off. We got somebody out to the UK, the Soviet Union, US. So we really want to trade something with France. France is not... France has pretty much the same problems that we do. I might take the 4.9 fuel per day. I might take the maybe. We'll see if the French accept that. Alright. So with that, let's start the clock. Alright, let's take... Somebody said no here, so... I can automate trade, and I will end up automating trade, because every time I start a new game, I want to do it manually, and it's a big pain in the ass, and I don't. So Japan has accepted, the UK has accepted, France says no, the Soviets have accepted. The country that it's most... I'm not sure how big a difference it makes in the long run, but I would sure like to have really positive relations with the Soviet Union, so that they don't declare war on me. But I'd like to keep my head above water with the UK and or France as well. So here's a trade for the Soviet Union. We'll give them money, and they'll give us quite a lot of rare materials, actually. That's fine. The automated trade will, and that burns these diplomatic points. Let's take a look at our... Let's get the clock going here. There's no reason for it to be frozen at this point. Okay, so we need 2. We're putting in 2. That's good enough for now. We're going to get some production here, I think, even as soon as this month. And at some point, maybe in a week, or probably about 2 weeks, we will probably speed the clock up to speed 5, and it will stay there for the majority of the next 3 years. So we're wasting IC on production. How? Oh, because our IC just went up. Okay. So right now we have need for 143.35. We're putting in 149.82. So what we will in fact do is increase this a little bit, because right now we're actually taking a big hit on supplies. So we want that to go... We'll put about 15 here. I'm satisfied with that, but we still have more production, so let's see what we can make. Let's make an infantry division. Boy, that's not much. So I'm not really getting a combined arms bonus here, and I'm not sure I'm going to. But we're only going to make like 1 infantry division anyway, right now. Just so we don't lose any practical on it. And that's 150, we're at 148, I'm satisfied with that. As managing the production, and I can automate that too. I can automate almost the entire game if I want to. I don't see much point in that. I tend to handle everything pretty much manually. Let's go up to speed 4 here. You can, of course, pause however you want, and you can set the speed anywhere between 1 and 5. 1 being glacially slow. I don't actually need to stop the clock here. Bulgaria, we'll give them a bunch of energy for some money. I'm satisfied with that. Finland, we'll give them energy for money. Okay. I've got so much energy here, and I presume this is coal. It's not oil, because oil is its own thing. Italy, we'll give them money. They'll give us rare materials. Now, this will put us in the red. No, it won't, actually. We'll accept that, because we are in kind of a big hole on rare materials. And we barely have enough to... and actually, we're still taking a hit on supplies, and it's going down more than it was. That may change, though, because right now we have a pretty small military. Okay, Switzerland has taken steps to align themselves to the Axis. That reminds me to change a setting here. So I can pause and go to the game menu. And go to message settings and go to diplomacy. Whenever other innate... let's see what we're looking for here. When a nation stops aligning towards our faction, it is currently displayed in the log. Is currently displayed as a pop-up, and we'll pause the game. No. So why did this just come up? It's not currently displayed as a pop-up. It's not currently displayed on the map, if applicable. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to assume that maybe because it was the very first time it showed up, that's why it's there. So we can implement 3-year draft in mixed industry pretty soon as we have some more money. Right now, we're not making a ton of money, but as soon as we get these guys in the Rhineland, we're going to remilitarize it. That'll happen in about a week and a half. And I'm satisfied with that number. While we're waiting, though, it's January 9th, so we're going to take a look at intelligence, and we'll go to all. And then rank our countries by the number of spies we have there. Disrupt national unity in Czechoslovakia. About the U.S., that's the most important. We only have 3 spies there. Okay, we have a national decision available. Now that this unit, the 25th Infantry Division, is in Lair, we can reoccupy the Rhineland. So let's take a look. We have 15 relations with the UK right now, and this will reduce that by 5, and we'll piss the French off more. We will offer a trade agreement to the United States. We're going to try to buy some oil. Boy, I can't afford anything like that amount of money, though, can I? How about rare materials? Nope. Okay, let's offer a trade agreement to the Soviet Union and try to sell them more supplies. Okay. The UK is short on energy. We'll try and sell them some energy. France is short on energy now. I'd really like to get a trade deal going with France. France needs energy and fuel. Let's see if we can sell them some fuel. No, they don't want anything to do with us. Even though they need energy, they don't want any dirty German energy, apparently. So there's not much I can do with that. Let's stop doing that. Go another couple days. UK accepts, the Soviet Union accepts. So looking now we're at 30, and we're at 45 with the Soviet Union. Let's see, we need metal. We're in the hole on metal, really? Yeah, but see, that 10.18 money is like, I can't touch that. That's so much money. The UK needs supply. The US needs supplies, though. Can I? Yeah, there we go. US accepts. Take another quick look at intelligence. We have caught 17 spies. Wow. That's a lot of spies. We're maximizing counterintelligence, though, that's why. Okay, so going back to diplomacy. Would like to reoccupy the Rhineland. As long as I can do it by the end of the month, it'll be okay, though. Alright. France doesn't need energy now. Well, they do still need energy, actually. What about Italy? Italy likes us very much, so we'll try and sell them some energy. Italy accepts. Romania, we'll give them money for crude oil. No. I'd sure like crude oil. I have an offer from Sweden. We'll give them energy. They'll give us money. I'm satisfied with that. Let's actually abandon our diplomatic efforts at this very moment and go to politics because we're going to change our laws. We want industrial policy. We want to go to mixed industry. Consumer goods during wartime will go down, which we want. And we need to pause. I don't want to waste IC here. And we're currently wasting 17. And we didn't get any new stuff. Well, let's make a couple more of these. Put 3 more in parallel. I'm satisfied with that. We need to get some armor in production too, but we'll do that as soon as we can. How are our guys coming over here? All right, so we're gonna actually create a higher command, which is going to be we're gonna rename it. We could rename anything here. So we're gonna call this the boy, how did I set that up? We will call it the 10th, the 15th Panzer Corps. I am determined to do this as correctly as I can. Go back here into production, and then we'll worry about where this guy's attached in a little bit here. Go back to intelligence. We have 10 spies in France, and you notice their national unity has gone up. That's probably not actually happened. We're wasting some money on upgrades. Lower that. Increase reinforcement. And we're going to increase our supplies to about 17. That looks fine. And we need 148. We got 146. I'm okay with that. Alright, looking at diplomacy again. UK, we need to wait until the 19th, which we're pretty much just about on. France still needs energy. I'm not sure what I can do. I guess I could ask them for transit rights, which the French would be absolutely bug-fucking sane to say yes to. Yes, sure, you can drive your German tanks through the streets of Paris. That's no problem. Haha. Let's actually go to laws and increase the draft to 3 years. We want to do that anyway. Alright, so UK is at 30, Soviet Union's at 45. Let's offer the Soviets another trade agreement. And we will try to buy some metal from them. They're saying no to that. See if we can sell them some supplies. No. The Soviets are flush with everything except money. What if we offer to buy some rare materials from them? Alright, this is currently, we got tons of money now. Let's try and buy some oil from them, actually. And then let's send somebody to the UK to try and buy some rare materials. They are not warmly receiving that. Oil they don't want to sell. Supplies they don't want to sell. Do they want to buy supplies? No. The UK is flush on everything except cash. Do they want to maybe sell some metal? I don't like maybe. Maybe sounds too much to me like, yeah, I don't think so. Let's see if the U.S. will sell us some. Certainly not. That's a lot of money. Let's look at Europe. Belgium. See if we can sell the Belgians some. Nope. Alright, well, we may be automating trade pretty soon. The Soviets said yes, the USA said yes. We'll look at diplomacy again here. Our relationship with the Soviet is 60. I think 200 is the cap here. US is 30, France is still 0, Italy is still 200, Japan is 15, and the UK is 30. I'm satisfied with that. Let's reoccupy the Rhineland. Now looking at diplomacy. UK is still at 30. Hungary. We'll give them energy. Yeah, we'll take that. We're losing a huge amount of money each day now. If other countries see that you need something in particular, they will offer it to you. That did not affect our relations here. France, it did. See, the UK did go down a little bit. I'm okay with that. If it stays positive, I'm okay with that. It's not going to stay positive forever, though. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall command structure here. And to do that, we're going to go into theater mode. Now, the way the command structure works is, you know what, I think I'm going to leave this off until episode 3, because it's going to basically take an entire episode to reorganize this. So let's do other stuff for now. We'll speed up to speed 4. Trade offer from Italy. We'll give them energy. They'll give us 2 cents a day. Hooray. Thank you for your 2 cents. Let us now go here, and we'll actually go to the order battle browser. It's easier to do it here. Alright, so here we have an interceptor which we'll send to this Fliegerkorps. The Luftflotte. We'll send that to this Fliegerkorps. And now we have our first flight of Fliegerkorps. And we're not going to leave it called that. However, we're going to call this the first Kampfgeschwader. Okay. And then we have this tactical bomber, which we'll put there. And this Luftflotte 5 we're just going to delete, because we don't need it now. Soviet Union, yes, please, that would be great. Here we have a unit, the Graf Spee. We'll put that in the Schlachtflotte. We're going to reorganize that anyway, so I'm not terribly concerned about it at the moment. So we are now in February of 1936, and I believe that we have moved a little bit far enough for this episode. I do wish to get to the reorganization of the order of battle, so we are going to try and get to that in episode 3, which I hope you will tune in for. It will be up as soon as I can get it posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.